The bitter taste clears heat. It's really strong at clearing heat. It's really good. It's associated with the heart, and that's because the heart tends towards heat in general, which is nice. So that you have that bitter taste that's connected with it to clear that heart heat. But it doesn't just clear heat from the heart, it clears heat from the whole body. Depending on the type of herb, will clear from different parts of the body. You can have herbs that clear stomach heat versus heart heat versus intestinal heat versus heat from the blood, which means that they typically get like easy rashes and stuff. I think we talked about blood heat briefly. Yeah. Good. Benson, go ahead.
So, bitter melon usually reduce the heat of the liver.
When you talk about bitter melon,
or heat in general.
Heat in general. Okay.
Heat in general. Now, I heard other comment is that well, bitter melon is too yin in nature, too cool or cold in nature. So, what is your take on that? I mean, should you just take it sparingly or take it once a week? I mean, if you're overheat or overheat, and if your liver heat is so high because in today's society, I mean, so what? I mean, if bitter melon is just cold in nature.
So what I'm gonna say is that things need to be in balance. The balance is not just based on like, oh, you balance the temperatures, you balance the taste of the food you eat, but also in balance in relationship to your body. As far as bitter melon being too cold, hold that thought. We'll get to it.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll come very soon. Yeah, Maya.
In regards to like a Western diet in general, people usually don't go towards bitter flavors.
Yes.
They don't like them. So
yes.
I mean, could you theorize that like maybe that's why there is so many issues with heat in people?
Yes, I would.
Issues and whatnot.
I would highly agree that because in our culture we tend to avoid bitter foods very much in Western culture, that does lead to having more heat in our systems. It's not only that though; it's also the stress causing liver qi stagnation, and it's alcohol, it's stuff like that. But liver qi stagnation, remember, when the qi gets stagnant, it leads to similar to a wire that has more resistance on it with current running through it with electricity. The more resistance on the wire, the hotter it gets. And so in the same way, liver qi stagnation creates heat in that same way.